Julia Jordan, your favorite real estate agent. I just got a little text message of a friend of mine asking, hey Julia, I know you have investment properties and you made a bunch of money with it. Is it still a good time to buy a single family home to rent it out? Well, that all of course depends on your goals, depends on your financial situation, and on when you need your money back, how long time do you have for a return, etc., etc. Overall, what we do see is prices are a little bit down due to low inventory overall. I do not see prices to crash, how some people wait for it. I do see personally prices to rise over the next years and decades, like they always did. You look back last 50 years, even 2008, the market went up, made a little dip, went back up, and over 50 years it continued as if 2008 never happened. Of course, the last 2-3 years were extremely strong on the appreciation. So what we do see is that investors right now are buying. We have a lot of cash in the market, so we do have strong buyers. And I personally, but that's only my personal opinion, I personally think it is a good time to buy because the market will perk up again, in my opinion. There's only so much inventory and Houston area is booming. Builders are holding back right now, so there is not so much competition in the near future, the next 1 to 3 years from the builder, right? In COVID, they started building like crazy. They definitely slowed down, and right now they're giving major incentives to get rid of the inventory that they built and that was already planned and that they couldn't stop when they saw that the market is slowing down beginning of this year. So, of course, it also depends. If you have 500K in cash sitting in your bank account, I would assume you are a very solid, strong buyer, and we can also negotiate a little bit stronger going into the deal. You always say in investing, you make your money going in. But also, if you use financing, there are ways how to get your hands on money very cheap. We have ARMs, and a lot of investors are very confident with doing an ARM. If you do a adjustable mortgage, fixed rate for 5 years or for 7 years or for 10 years, that is a long time to refi. And most investors do not hold their properties longer anyways. They are planning to wait. Right now they're buying in a dip and they wait for the market to go up again. And whenever they decide to check out and get the property sold and cash in on it, that's the time frame that they use the money for. Most investors don't need it for a 30-year loan. And honestly, between you and me, most end consumers don't need a 30-year mortgage. Most people do not see the end of the term anyways. What means the first 10 years, you know, with the amortization schedule, mortgage goes down and the part that you pay into your equity, where you pay off your property, actually goes up over the years. And at the beginning, it is almost 100% interest rates, and you almost do not pay into, into your equity anyways. So ARM, I personally think if you understand it, it's a very good way to look into it and move forward with the ARM, because it is so much cheaper with a monthly payment than a regular mortgage. So a lot of factors play into that. Also, if you buy an investment property, I personally think cash flow is the smallest part of where you make your money. For me personally, if you have an okay income, whatever that is for you, so you pay taxes to the IRS, there are ways how to buy an investment property even sweeter when it needs a little bit of work or a little bit more work. I bought houses with a leaky roof, roach infested, kitchen was gone, basically was a tear down or tear out, carpet filthy or no carpet, no running AC for 2-3 years. Those I love those because there is more meat on the bone. For a beginner, I would not recommend that. But if you are a little bit settled down already, you have 2, 3, 4, 5 flips already, you can go a little bit harder, and if that's your risk level where you want to be. But you probably have a little bit more meat on the bone there. What you need to watch out is, I have a friend, and you need to watch out when you buy in a very expensive neighborhood and you need to turn over the property because the holding costs are eating you alive. That's something where I would be like, be careful, because right now the market is very choppy. And if people do not have to buy. They just wait a little bit for interest rates to come down. They will have more competition, but right now everybody's just taking it a little bit easy on the listing side, but also on the buyer's side. So be careful that you have good opportunity to sell your property. But if you are in for renting, all those people that financially struggle and that are selling their houses right now because they simply need to cash in the equity, we had it at all times, but right now we see that a little bit more. Those people, guess what? They still need to live somewhere. They don't live in their home, in their car, so they need a home. What do? They rent. So you can be the landlord to those people, and usually there's a lot of cash. I have a rental listing right now, so I'm getting applications for that in, and guess what we see there? We see people that were homeowners before, sometimes from out of state, and they come into Texas, or they sold a house here and now want to rent for a year or 2 or 3 because for whatever stuff in their life they need to recover a little bit and need to catch up and needed to cash out the property, the value of the property that they had. So there is a lot of opportunity as prices are a little bit down. Question is, where do you get the money from? Do you need to pay for it? Usually yes. Even if it is your cash, you're losing out on other opportunities. I personally always loved real estate investing. For me, I've never lost money on a property. I've always had great appreciation. I had a great sales price when I got rid of the property. The tenant paid off my mortgage. I had tax benefits. And I had cash flow. I always forget cash flow. And I had cash flow. So for me, real estate investing was always amazing. I love it. If you want to chat about it, let's dig a little bit deeper in. Quick call is usually helpful, 5-10 minutes. And you share with me what's going on in your life. And then I give you my honest opinion, and then you decide if you want to do it or not, or if you want to see some possible properties, or what is your path. And some people just dwell on that idea a year or 2 or 3. They take a second longer because it's a big step and you don't want to make a mistake. And if you're a little bit financially tight or it is very risky, I will definitely share that with you. And we had that recently too, where I said, I would not do what you are doing. And then it is up to the client. They're all grown adults if they want to move forward or not. But sometimes people don't move forward, and I'm like, I think that was the right decision to not do it, because you can get yourself into a misery if you're not educated well. Okay, that was my 2 cents and my take on a rental investment, single family homes. Should we buy right now or should we not? Or should we put it in the stock market, or will that tank as well? Will the dollar go away? I have no idea, but I do know that I love real estate investing and we have great offers out there. 832-444-4923. Call me if you have any questions. You never bother. Okay, bye-bye.